Yeah, I would love to golf. Oh, tomorrow with 10 hours notice? Of course.
Okay, I've just texted everyone a Google survey with 15 Saturdays on there, so everyone vote and hopefully we can find a Saturday that works for everyone.
9:30? Why so early? No. No.
7 a.m. tea time? I wish the course would open earlier. It's beautiful seeing that sunrise.
Okay, where are my golf balls? I know I had them. Oh well, whatever. I'll just steal some range balls again.
Pro V1s are bust for me. Seriously, not just any balls will work. And mine don't either, actually. Vasectomy last week. Yep. Peace of mind.
And like always, at the end, loser buys shots, okay? You're not getting out of this time. Tequila with salt.
Honey, just make sure the bathroom's clear when I get back. I need my post-round bath with Epsom salt. Thank you.
Dude, I might just keep watching March Madness and bail on golf. It's so weird. It's just a text. Boom, it's canceled.
No, we've had this planned for months. No, I'm on my last resort babysitter. He's literally a registered sex offender. I don't care. I need this round of golf. Figure it out.
Well, if we play 18, grab dinner, and then hit the town, hit up some ladies.
Oh, buddy, the only I plan on getting after is a cat nap.
Correct Opinions is back, and golf season's almost back. We're excited over here.
That's right, a little golf skit for you guys today.
I'm sure our gals are as well.
Yeah, they're excited.
Tell you what, fatherhood's here for me. Fatherhood season.
We're gonna talk about it today, aren't
Season
we?
that doesn't end, I heard. And that might make golf tougher, but we'll figure it out. We're gonna talk about that, a lot of things. Glad to be back in studio, and Katie's not here. She's busy.
Meeting.
Had a meeting. But sit back, relax, enjoy, subscribe, give us 5 stars. Thank you so much. And let's roll the music.
Correct opinions. Correct opinions.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp is a company that wants you to learn something new about yourself. I'm learning things all the time. I just learned I'm 31 years old. Just took some of my first vitamins. Kind of fun. I learned I actually really like vitamins. They add to my morning routine. I like routine. Took me my whole life to learn that. There's probably so many other things that I could be learning, and BetterHelp wants to do that for you. Do you get the connection? Or is it confusing, like why these walls are blue when they're normally red? We'll get into that later. Anyway, BetterHelp, any kind of therapy, it's there to help you. Rachel and I actually just started premarital counseling, which is a kind of a form of therapy, and it's been really fun so far. Excited for the more weeks we have ahead of us. And I think BetterHelp wants to find something within you that you can help learn. Maybe you're stressed, maybe you need some problems solved. You should give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online. It's supposed to be convenient, flexible, suited to your schedule. Feel free to discover your potential with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/correct today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/correct.
What'd you look for when you hired a wedding planner?
Good looks.
Agreed.
6 foot.
And when it comes to hiring, you've got to also trust your gut, though. I'm sure you had a gut feeling.
That's right. I want them to have good gut health.
But you got to give your gut some help sometimes.
Oh, I see.
So when you want to find top talent fast, you need Indeed. Indeed is the hiring platform where you can attract, interview, and hire all in one place. Don't spend hours on multiple job sites looking for candidates with the right skills when you can do it all with Indeed. Find top talent fast with Indeed's suite of powerful hiring tools like Indeed Instant Match, assessments, and virtual interviews. And if you hate waiting, Indeed's U.S. data shows over 80% of Indeed employers find quality candidates whose resume on Indeed matches their job description the moment they sponsor a job.
Bingo. Indeed does the hard work for you. Okay, you sponsor a job, boom, Instant Match shows you candidates whose resume on Indeed fit your job description immediately after you post.
Yep, Indeed knows that when you're doing everything for your company, you can't afford to overspend on hiring. So visit Indeed.com/Trey to start hiring now. Just go to Indeed.com/Trey. Indeed.com/Trey. Terms and conditions apply. Cost per application pricing not available for everyone. Need to hire? You need Indeed. That is right. We got just me, Jake, family man in the studio. Katie is with young Thomas. He's here. He's alive and well. Katie's alive and well. Thank you for every one of the kind words I saw. On the last YouTube comment section, people posting he's adorable, can't wait to hear about him, blah blah blah. So thank you.
Yada yada yada. I had people DMing me when they thought maybe you got DMs too,
Really?
Derek. I'm just like, hey, haven't heard anything. Like,
I know.
Trey and Katie good, and so I was a messenger. And some I would tell the truth, some I just make stuff up too.
Like, I heard he has 6 arms.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like Guinness is there.
Tatma is what they're gonna call him. Tatma.
Tatma Kennedy. Tatma Thomas. I know. I was definitely starting to get some, and it felt a little bad, but I was just letting I was gonna be like, Katie, I know you're kind of going through it. We really need to get the Instagram announcement out. So
I purposely
thank you for your patience.
during like that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday time. Like I did not text you, even if we were in a group chat or a group email. I did not reply to it, probably to a fault, because then there are things that you ended up replying to before I did, and I was like, well, okay, I guess I could have said something. Trey's like, had the kid. All right, back to work. Jake, where you been?
Where you been?
Right here.
So thank you, everyone. Yeah, it's been great. About 2 weeks old.
Okay.
So you maybe saw the announcement. Katie did end up posting. Born about 9:45 p.m. 9 pounds 5 ounces.
Big boy.
Big boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Strong.
You're proud as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. We weren't. I don't really know how. I still don't really know how this works because they would like check Katie and be like, he's like 50th percentile or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah, they got
that's
right.
great.
Yeah, like he's right in the middle, good, and then he popped out. Obviously, that's not 50th percentile, but
Not America.
so that was surprising. We did appreciate everyone's thoughts and prayers. We had a bit of a scare, not to delve too much into it, but like so babies get born, they lose weight, water weight or whatever,
Interesting.
and then you gain it back. But he lost a little too much.
Okay.
So like, let's monitor this. Come in a couple days later, he'd lost even more, so we had to go
Okay.
back to the hospital.
Stay overnight.
Yeah, had to
Okay.
go back to the hospital for 24 hours. Obviously, fairly traumatic, especially for a worn out wife and mother. But
Yeah.
all good.
Yeah.
Healthy guy, gaining the weight back, beefing up.
Good.
Now I think we're feeding him too much. I'm trying to cut back.
He's had a taste of the milk, and he's like, man, give me more of this.
I also learned about newborns. The pees are very consistent, but the poops, I guess some babies might go a week without pooping.
But the pee is consistent.
Yeah,
Huh.
you want to make sure they got the pees going, but the poop, they could poop a lot, they could poop not. But unfortunately, we have I don't know, he poops 90 times a day. So I don't know. We have the infamous blowouts I've heard about. I don't think I've experienced this yet.
Okay. Did you have the tar?
Yeah, the tar.
The
I kept a little for fun.
It's like sand from a beach.
The infamous tar poop. I got their first few days of poops. It's because whatever it's been processing in the womb comes out as like Black Death. Their first day home, Katie's like, I want some Ben and Jerry's ice cream. Give me that tonight dough.
Oh,
With
yeah.
the chocolate ice cream with some
Yeah.
maybe brownies in it. And I said, oh, that looks like meconium, the Black Death poop. And I ruined it for her.
Dang. She's like, all right,
Funny.
just give me the cookie dough then.
But we're great. Figuring out. He's seems pretty chill so far. I'm sure they'll change at some point, but he's not crying all the time.
Yeah. He's talking
He's
much?
just vibing. Still haven't got him to talk. I don't know.
Okay.
So I'm determined. I want his first word to be TreyKeenan.com/tour. That is one word. So I've been just saying that repeatedly.
Oh, man. Katie's going to be so mad because she's trying to get him to say her website.
Right.
And
Like to know it. Katie Kennedy like to know it.
Yeah. It's going to go back and forth. Wait till I get a hold of him. Who knows what I'll say.
So thank you, everyone. Hopefully Katie will get back here next week. We're running the doctor after this to just keep checking him, but he's great.
That's fun.
I mean, here we go. And all of us, it's great. So the Big 12 basketball tournament was last weekend, and now there's March Madness this weekend, which typically I'm locked in for 4 days straight with that. So I'm having to tell my boys, like, I'm going to try to meet y'all for like a couple games.
I mean, at the very
It's just
least,
like that.
at least you have an excuse to like sit around and watch them. At the very least, you can watch.
Right.
I got it. The baby's underweight. I got to watch March Madness and make sure Katie's doing everything right. Mm-hmm. That's good.
That's true. I've been pushing to mount a TV in the nursery. So we've been spending a lot of time in there. So this weekend we might have to find the poultry. I've messed with Katie because our nursery is like our general hangout spot, living room, nursery upstairs. So we find ourselves going up there a lot. We're on a extra feeding schedule to get them bolts back up. So we're feeding, we're pumping, we're bottle feeding, we're getting them fired up.
Yeah.
And so some of the stuff's in the fridge. So I'm going down, and then And I found myself in there a lot. So I was like, hey, we have one chair. Let's get another, because I'm just like standing here sitting on the ground. Genius.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, maybe we get a little mini fridge in
I was
here.
gonna say,
so we're not really good.
turning into a man cave.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, Katie.
Putting green.
I was like, Katie, you fool. There's 2 recliners and a fridge in here. You don't see what I'm doing? There's a TV up here by the weekend. That's right. Oh, she just fell for it.
Congratulations on
Thank you.
that. That is awesome.
We need a mini fridge for the 3 bottles of milk
Just in case, be nice to have less steps
and 12 cans of Coors.
less stairs. I mean, you have floating stairs. Those could be dangerous to a recent mother. You don't want Katie to get hurt. Hey, less steps.
Absolutely.
Keep the fridge up here.
Yeah, doing what I do best.
That's great. I've had a lot of
thoughtful.
people asking me questions about your baby. Can you clear some of those up now?
Sure.
I like went to like a birthday party. I am like the intermediary.
You do
between,
get harassed a lot about
yeah, they're like,
my
hey,
life.
with Trey's bait, what's going on? So a couple questions I've been getting. One was, what are you and Katie going to call him? Everyone saw the announcement. Thomas. What is your word?
It's going to go with Thomas, or he did upset me a little bit. I called him a rat. Katie didn't like that. So there'll be terms of endearment thrown in there, but mostly Thomas.
Rat's great. Rat is really caught me off guard.
It's fun to just mess with a 6-day-old. She's like, you're going to hurt his feelings. I'm like,
Not yet.
he doesn't even know what's happening. He doesn't even know who I am.
No, yeah. He thinks I'm the refrigerator.
Yeah.
At
His
this
whole
point.
life is just like nippled towards my face. There's just like this ethereal, squishy thing giving me life. That's the only thing that's happening in this.
Yeah.
I love, she'll be like, he's really looking at you. And it's like well documented. They can only
can't
see like this far.
Yeah.
And he's not looking at me.
He's sizing me up, wondering, is that a nipple?
Yeah,
Is that a nipple
It's a
talking
really
to me?
Big nipple up there.
I don't think so. I'm going to open my mouth. Here's okay. Now he called me a rat. That's okay. Okay, that clears that up. Other people want to know, does he have the same middle name? And do you need the same middle name to still be like the 4th? This is a conversation we got in Saturday.
Wow. People really.
Yeah,
I haven't been asked this
and of
in-depth
course,
questions.
I'm like, I have
great.
no idea.
I might give my mom your number. She likes to ask me a ton of questions. Like, Jake handles these.
Jake's kind of my PR guy for the more personal
There's
things.
too many questions.
Yeah.
He has same middle name too. I don't know. I don't know what the rules are. I think you can maybe go with, you can keep the 2nd, 3rd, 4th going without the same middle, but it's the same middle name as my great grandpa. So it's
Good.
He's the 4th Thomas, but the 5th
Middle name.
middle name. That's kind of cool.
Good for him.
So
Fun.
that's, and then a big point of contention was the hair color. We had a few options.
We had a few
Will
options.
it-
We
will
were
it be
looking through the
brown?
catalog and
Yeah,
we were trying to figure out what we
but
wanted.
it is brown hair, which I'm pleased to announce.
Dominant
I
genes.
don't want like a toe head.
We went over this.
Yeah.
Katie was, not as familiar with Punnett squares as we were.
And yeah, we're also proud to announce he doesn't look like a little alien. He looks like a kind of a well-to-do baby.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes him like a good month
Yeah.
to look like, presentable. You're like, hey, this is my, don't really look it in the eyes. You're not going to like what you see, but, give him some time. He's looking good already.
I would say very presentable baby. This is a transcript of Rachel and I's conversation. We're in the car. She says, I saw Katie posted about their baby. I say, yeah, cute baby. Rachel goes, yeah, I thought so too.
Thank you.
End of conversation. But I want you to know that
Thanks.
was said in private and we genuinely meant it.
He
Because
wa-
some babies don't.
Right. And like 9.5 pounds, 22.5 inches, which I learned in real time that is long. I was like, yeah, what 22.5? What do we think about that?
Great.
And he also, every nurse who touched him commented on how big his feet are. Oh my
Interesting.
gosh, his feet are big. So it sucks to be pre-father determined, like, hey, Trey, what was your athletic career like? What was Katie's like? What were all the people related to you like? There was a certain ceiling on that of high school. Let's keep that in mind. Let's keep that. And then every nurse is like, this guy, how tall is he going to be? I'm like, maybe he'll be in the NBA. Oh my gosh. You're 22 inches.
4 hours into fatherhood, and you're like, you know what? I think he's got it in him.
Yeah.
Everything leading up to this point, I thought,
my
no
gosh.
way, be realistic. But the size of that foot. I mean, if nothing else, he could be a swimmer.
Right?
Swimmer. He's got
Swimmer
built-in
speed.
fins.
It's so funny because, I was also like that same size, really heavy and long.
Bigfoot.
I'm not 6'9".
Yeah.
I do podcasts, so. But yeah, it's great. Katie's good. Thanks everyone. It's been fun, and yeah, it'll be some good content. I'm pleased to announce most of the medical professionals I dealt with acknowledged my existence
Okay.
while I was there. They looked.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a couple that would walk in and just like look at Katie and never even look at me while they were talking.
Yeah.
But most really.
They treated like you were in the room.
Now I will say I think most of them also were aware of who I was. So that might be a little cheat. So I'm interested. Derek
Faceless family man over here.
Faceless family man was ignored.
Derek's had to beef up his Instagram.
If they don't recognize you, Jake, well, I'd like to hear if you're ignored one day.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the middle.
How was the
middle ground.
sleeping situation?
Not bad. It was a decent kind of like cot thing.
You're making me sound high maintenance then.
No, well, I brought my pillow and my favorite blankie, which did a lot of sleep mask.
Wow.
Pretty good. And I none of the nurses like directly were like, "You're Trey, right?" They were being respectful. As we walked out, discharged with our brand new baby.
Where was the discharge?
In the elevator. And as we were going out, they were wheeling in a mom who clearly had just wrapped up with like the baby behind. A woman laid up, looked exhausted, and she wheels by and she goes, "Yo, Trey Kennedy, I love your stuff." And I go, "Hey, congrats, good work."
Love your stuff too. Congrats on the discharge.
And then the nurse with us was like, "Do you get that everywhere you go?" Yeah. And then the worst part too, a nurse was shadowing the nurse, and I small talked to her like, "Okay, so you just starting?" She's like, "Yeah, I graduated in December. This is like my first few weeks." And it felt, dude, I hate these moments now when you get in your 30s. It felt like I was talking to a 7-year-old.
Yeah.
This girl,
she's 22, and
grown
you're
woman.
like, so how is is cursive? Algebra?
Did your mommy pack your?
Yes, like I don't even know how to talk to these people.
Did she drop you off or? I mean,
We've talked about this when like people of certain power, influencers, popular people get in trouble for like, maybe they underage women, or even just like they have
Really
a thing
toeing
for
the
like,
line.
yeah,
Yeah.
they have got caught with 19-year-olds before. It's like, what do you guys talk about?
They look so young. I'm glad I don't have that gene, I guess.
Yeah, like
I don't know.
Leo
what that gene is.
DiCaprio, Jerry Seinfeld. These people are like, I'm just into 21-year-olds.
Yeah,
What
it's
do
like
you talk about?
I'm like, does your mom need me to babysit you tonight? Non-sexually? No, that didn't sound right. It's just like I want to care for them
yeah.
in a
It's like,
paternal way.
are you feeling comfortable?
Dad, not daddy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the idea too of the woman who just had a baby acknowledging you. That's funny
It
because
was
like,
awesome. I was like, wow. And they're still doing like masks and stuff. So I had like a hat and a mask on. She wheeled by real quick. Yo, Trey.
Trey, love your stuff. TreyKennedy.com/sure. And it's funny because from the outside looking in, like you could just be like, well, it makes sense because Trey, like he does well with moms and he has a large mom audience. It's funny to think this woman didn't know you 2 days ago, and she just had a kid, and all of a sudden she's like, I'm a mom now. I love Trey Kennedy all of a sudden.
People they wonder how I've tapped into that, and I have a deal with multiple hospital conglomerates where when you give birth,
There's a TV in there.
and they say give us your Instagram and they follow me.
Just keep those on loop.
I have this idea. I want to do this video, like kind of a man on the street, where I run around to girls that look younger and just ask, like, "Hey, fan of Trey?" And maybe they're like, "Who's that? I don't know." I'm like, "Call your mom." And they call, and then the mom goes, "Oh my gosh, yes."
Oh my
I
gosh,
wanna
can you
try
get a
that.
picture for me?
I want to see how many times that would work out.
That is great.
Yeah, we'll try it.
That's really funny.
Okay, pull up this video. Have we all seen this? I came across this right around the time we were about to give birth, and it's like this video from 1962.
I don't think I've seen this.
It's fascinating. It's this video from 1962 of like a man interviewing random people, like, "Do you think the husband belongs in the delivery room?"
Oh, okay.
And people are like, "My gosh, no." Some of them.
Husbands watch the birth of their children.
I believe so, yes.
Why do you say that?
Well, I think that a woman goes through quite a lot of pain. She's going through this jointly for her husband and also herself, and a normal procedure in the past has been for husbands to take the
This
notice
guy's a
of this.
little
I think that
forward-thinking
all
here.
problems in a married life should be
Very
shared
progressive.
equally. Therefore, the husband should be there.
Don't you think it would strengthen the family ties and bonds, perhaps, this experience?
This looks
No, I
awesome.
don't think so.
No.
No, I don't think he's right. I think a woman should have privacy at that
Privacy.
It's a nice thing for
Get
a
the new
man
AirPods
to see his child come into the world, and
This is great.
I think it's okay.
I think it's abominable.
Don't you think this sharing of the experience would go to strengthen family bonds, perhaps?
No, I don't. I think that it would destroy them to a very great
It would
extent.
destroy
Have you children
them?
yourself?
Oh, I've had 4. They're all grown up now.
And you wouldn't have valued the experience of having your husband present?
No, certainly not.
What in the
Do you
world?
think husbands should watch the birth of their children?
Yeah, for sure.
Why?
Well, they're married to the woman. They should know everything that goes on.
The opinion has been expressed.
Well, that's
that
not
it lacks
that good of a reason.
Oh, no, not at all. I mean, you're really one, aren't you? I
Sorry.
mean, you're married, you become one, and you should participate in all the ups and downs of everything.
There you go.
No, I definitely don't.
You're very vehement about that. Why?
More women are saying no,
Oh,
more the guys are saying
I
yes.
don't think it'd be very nice for them to see it.
Well, it has been
Very
said
nice
that
for them
it
to
would
see it.
strengthen family bonds, this mutual sharing of an experience.
Oh, it might do. Perhaps it might do them good. Perhaps they might not have so many children if they watch the birth.
I need a translator
Yes,
for
I
them.
do. I think it's a good idea.
Are you a mother yourself?
Not yet.
But you would, you think this experience
This
should be
girl's
shared?
14.
Yes,
What
I
do you
think it's a
think?
very good idea.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, mate, it's got nothing to do with me. I'm not married. No, their place is outside waiting.
Okay, I don't know. Is that in America?
I was
like
gonna
how
say,
people
it
used to
seemed like
talk.
British or Australia
prophecy.
or like New York City.
I like that old woman. Should your husband watch the kids? That's an abomination. And destroy a family.
Sydney.
Yeah. Do you think it would, strengthen family bonds? No, it would destroy it.
Say that was in Sydney?
Yeah, Sydney.
Oh,
Okay.
interesting. Australia.
One of my guesses. I can't believe that they, just like,
Abomination.
it would destroy the family to have the father there.
It's it is amazing how much has changed. Like now, it's like you have paternity leave. Fathers are expected to be very hands-on for weeks, maybe months at a time. Like I do a new joke in my new act. Like my dad, he went to work that day.
Yeah.
Like it was very well expected. Like, all right, the woman, the mom, and maybe like mom's mom, you guys got it. We got to get back to work and provide for this family.
Nurse, we good?
We good?
You seem like you know what you're doing.
Phil?
Great.
We're good? She's followed Trey, right? All right, I'm out of here.
That's a
it's
great
fascinating.
video.
They used to not even be able, you're like, dads, when we don't need to go near there. And I was supposed to be, I was in there, man. It is,
Even the guy who, like, one of the guys was like, you know what? I think guys should be in there. Okay, why do you say that? Well, you got a right to know what's going on. And he was like self-conscious, like a little like, I don't know, like insecure.
Yeah.
Well, I should know everything she's doing. Why? Is there going to be another guy in
is
there?
it a male doctor? What's he looking at?
Does he go under the equator? Under the, what do they call it? Under the Mason-Dixon line? What is the term? Like, don't go under the skirt? What is the line?
Louisiana
The
Purchase?
Tropic of Capricorn? What is it? What is the horizontal line? The
Bermuda Triangle.
South Sudan? What is it called underneath there? The Rowdy Beaver.
That's great. So thank y'all for all the comments, the nice words. We had a lot of comments. I want to shout out this other comment. This young man, Impossible Memes, has commented this for weeks. He's like, I love the pod. I can't message you on Instagram because message us on Instagram at correct.opinions with all your video submissions. We want to hear your questions, whatever. He's like, my parents don't want me to have Instagram, so I got to hit you up here. We got a nice young sheltered kid here.
That's
Thanks for
amazing.
listening.
Yeah.
So he asked us, what's each of your top 3 most sheltered moments from your childhood?
This is going to be so easy. All right.
You're talking to a couple sheltered boys here. Who was more sheltered out of you and me? Could you watch a PG-13 movie before you were 13?
I could not.
Me neither. What are
Could
the
you watch-
sheltered the sheltered milestones? Could you play a mature video game before you're 17?
I'll do you one better. I didn't have interest in it because I was so sheltered.
Oh wow! Okay, pretty good.
Could you watch Harry Potter?
No,
No way. No way.
Witchcraft.
No way.
Next thing you know, I would have
Magic?
been a Wiccan.
Yeah.
Thank
He's
goodness.
stirring my own pot.
I think we all.
do.
Every kid who grew up reading Harry Potter uses Ouija boards every weekend. Thank goodness I dodged that bullet.
Yeah.
Was the primary music that you listened to on the way to school a melodic rendition of the books of the Bible?
Can't quite go there. We listen.
Boom!
We listened
One
to
up Trey. Advantage Trey. We're even now. You had an advantage.
Okay. Yeah. We listened to 88.3 The Wind, like contemporary Christian.
Okay, we had
My God, my Savior loves my God. Whatever that.
89.9 K-Love, maybe?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, not bad.
First ever concert, go.
Stephen Curtis Chapman.
Try +1.
Oh, +1. They were good. They were the Christian, like, Backstreet Boys.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, I think they were called that because you were, like, they needed people to show up to their concerts. Like, bring a +1. No one's going to show up.
Yeah, please.
Bring the whole family, please.
What else you got?
I remember I used to think that Bill Nye stood for Bill New Year's Eve. Which I don't think is true.
Right.
I just kind of made up my own stuff.
Just like science isn't true.
Yeah.
Good.
The music thing, I don't know the words to like any Nelly song or Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears, anything that came out when we were like in middle school. What I do know the words to is the Weird Al renditions of those, which feels very sheltered.
Weird Al guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm fat.
So like
Just
Hot in
eat
Here.
it.
Like most 30-year-olds know all the words to Hot in Here. I know the words to Rot in Here. That one's easy.
Weird Al.
I don't know the words to I Want It That Way. I know the words to I Bought It on eBay.
That's pretty sheltered. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did get to say, I know the words to the actual song, so
That's not bad.
not to brag.
You made the transition to like secular
wild.
music. Yeah. Before I did. What about with women and with girls? I feel like there was a lot. I went to public school, but I was like too scared to ask people questions. So I would just think wild
Just avoid
things. Yeah, I was just like, I think I know what they're talking about. Like, remember the bases? Like, oh, you got to first base, got to second base. I thought that first base meant you kissed a girl's butt.
Wow.
And I was like, I can't believe there's 3 more bases.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Listen, I don't need to know what second or third is.
I'm good. First sounds great. It's right on the butt, huh? Yeah. French kissing.
That's why you thought it was a compliment. Everyone called you
A kiss butt.
a kiss butt. Thank you.
Like,
Sheltered.
yes.
I can't say the word.
Yeah.
I didn't know what bad words are. Here's one of my. Let's get into the top 3 moments.
Oh, okay.
Shelter moments. Speaking of bad words, I remember pleading with my mother. What are the cuss words? Come on, let me
Tell
know
me.
that. She's like,
Tell
I'm
me
not
a
gonna
cuss
tell you.
word.
I'm going to tell you. And I remember in freshman year of high school, I've never said a bad word in my life. I'm now aware of what most of them are. And I learned a new fun word that I thought would be silly to call my friends. So I had probably a 3-month phase where I called everyone the C word. Until one of my buddies kind of
Christian?
goes, hey man, you notice how even like the worst kids in the school, like they don't say that?
They're not even saying that one.
And I kind of had a jaw-dropping moment, like, I've never heard anyone say this word besides me and the one YouTube video I learned it from. Haven't said it since.
I remember there was a girl.
I was just like calling someone what's up, you dork? I mean, I was slinging it around. No
that
problem.
is wild. I mean, this
I'm sure
days,
people were like, why is the sweet Christian boy you just calling him the C word?
I bet they thought a little bit too, like, maybe I don't know what that word means.
Yeah, hey, is that a fine word now? Like,
Maybe it's different.
he's really smiling when he says it.
I remember there was a girl who was older than us and went to a different school. Everyone was obsessed with her because she just took pictures like no girl we'd ever seen back in 2006.
Like a real C word.
Yeah. Her MySpace page just had that word in it. And like, I could still see it, like
Really?
bedazzled. Like she just like called herself that. And we're all like, whoa, that's awesome.
That's edgy. It's
Yeah.
crazy how bad. That's like if white people are even allowed to have a slur, that's like the white girl slur.
Yeah.
I've never seen. I've heard a few people say it. I've never seen like a actual woman be called it maliciously.
Like
it's that bad.
Hollywood won't even really let you like put it in a script, really.
Yeah, they'll hardly say it in movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
The worst movies they want.
Big
to.
in Sydney, Australia.
That's what I want to talk about Australia later because that's their word for a reason. But what about what's one of your top sheltered moments?
I mean, most of them deal with a lot of what I already talked about. One of this just feels like it coincides with being sheltered. Is I just had a speech impediment growing up, and for some reason I just feel sheltered. Mm-hmm. Like if you would have heard me say Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer as a 4th grader, I mean, you would have thought I spoke Swahili. I mean, Jake, are you excited for Santa? Yeah, and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Like, what are you saying? So I had to go to speech class for years, and Proud to say I've mastered it.
Wow. Yeah, you sound great, man.
Rabbit.
That made me think of a funny word. The words you learn growing up like that, it's interesting. I don't know the C word, but tell me, I'll say this really long, complicated word that no one knows unless they're sheltered. Propitiation.
Oh, yeah.
Say it in sheltered voice. Sheltered.
There's no R's in there.
Propitiation.
Oh, no, sorry, there is.
Oh, great. Wow, you passed. That was one step ahead of me.
Propitiation. Propitiation for our sins. That's really good.
Yeah, and then kind of what we said too. My mom learned about not only the movies obviously had ratings, so I couldn't watch those, but she later found out the video games have ratings. 5 years old, my first ever N64 game was a rated for teenage violent fighter game. But she didn't learn that till later, and I love this game, so I was kind of grandfathered in.
Good.
So they weren't going to take it from me. But that moving forward, Call of Duty, we need to see some ID. Are you 17? Because it says 17. About 16 and a half, I finally broke them down. And like I said, I don't practice witchcraft. I don't shoot up anything.
No.
So bullets dodged.
That's
really
good. This is not like a. Once again, I feel like I already said all my embarrassing ones, but another thing that just feels like a sheltered kid thing is I was just I loved a good spelling bee.
Oh,
I feel like that was part of it. I just
sure.
I don't have curse words. I don't have PG-13 movies, but I have the list of spelling bee words. That can be my vice. I will just look over that over and over and over.
It's like the classic. If you ever hear of sheltered kids, horror story. So many normal kids are I had to do some growing up. I kind of got into, I got a misdemeanor. I got into drinking in high school.
Went through a partying phase.
You're if you talk to people like us, I just would binge spelling bees, man. I got lost. I
did sign language for 6 months. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's just a weird phase that I got. I go to the public library.
I had a weird phase. I didn't bounce the eyes enough. I just had a phase where I was just looking at jeans. It was a dark week.
I don't know.
I
mean, a sheltered upbringing is just an upbringing of very pure phases. I remember going through a yo-yo phase.
Oh, yeah.
I think other kids were starting to get girlfriends.
I had a juggling phase.
Yeah. I was really into the yo-yo.
Oh, I could juggle.
Yeah.
Throw it up, 360, keep it going.
Yeah, I got to introduce you to Juggling Josh, man.
Oh,
didn't know you had it in you that.
I could bring you right back, man. You having flashbacks?
I can get you on a cruise ship this summer if you want.
I also had a juggling phase. I had a phase where I came home and spun the basketball on my finger for hours.
Yeah, Pistol Pete style. Yeah.
Clean fun.
Ball handling phase.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did. We're very. The dexterity is incredible in sheltered kids.
Yeah. Did your family ever have you censor?
I had a Rubik's cube phase.
I never got into that.
Rubik's cube phase. Yeah. Did my parents what?
Ever censor words for you?
TV Guardian.
Sure.
You ever heard of that?
I never used it, but
where
I've heard
instead of mother, it'd be monkey father.
Yeah, Monday, Friday.
Yeah. We did that. And then if you could click in the actual channel, but 29 was ESPN, 31 was TNT, 30 was MTV, you'd click up 26, 27, 28, 29, 31.
Skip right over it.
Oh, man.
A leap year.
Spike TV? Yeah, right.
No, thanks.
Spike you right to hell. That's what that means. That's what I was raised.
I never got this far, but I heard of other parents, even deeper level than us, where they were we don't say helicopter.
It says it in the word.
It's helicopter in this house,
Exactly.
So
we're not having chicken breast.
No, yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Would you like to go on vacation this year? We can go to the Hoover Darn.
What do you trust the most in your life?
Probably U.S. banks.
Not your guts?
Oh.
Or gut?
Gut.
Yeah.
I go with my gut.
I go with my guts. And when it comes to hiring, you got to trust your gut. But what if you could give your gut some help? When you want to find top talent fast, you need Indeed.
Indeed.
Those guts.
Yeah.
Indeed is the hiring platform where you can attract, interview, and hire all in one place. Don't spend hours on multiple job sites looking for candidates with the right skills when you can do it all with Indeed. Find top talent fast with Indeed's suite of powerful hiring tools like Indeed Instant Match, assessments, and virtual interviews. Hate waiting? Indeed's U.S. data shows over 80% of Indeed employers find quality candidates whose resume on Indeed matches their job description the moment they sponsor a job.
That's pretty perfect. I mean, when you use Indeed instant match, you're going to feel like you went with your guts, because it's like, I knew all along, this is the type of person that I want. As soon as you sponsor a post, you get a short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. You could invite them to apply right away. How about that?
How about that for
Gutsy.
Gutsy. Join over 3 million businesses worldwide using Indeed to hire great talent fast. Indeed knows that when you're doing everything for your company, you can't afford to overspend on hiring. So visit Indeed.com/Trey to start hiring now. Just go to Indeed.com/Trey. Indeed.com/Trey. Terms and conditions apply. Cost per application. Pricing not available for everyone. Need to hire? You need
I already told you guys, but I'll tell you again, this episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. So quick round of applause for BetterHelp. Thank you, Trey, Katie. You want to give them a round of They're back in they're in the side of the room that has red walls. So, it's different. But no, BetterHelp wants to help you guys, believe it or not. They want to connect you with a licensed therapist who can help take you on that journey of self-discovery from wherever you are. That's right. Any city. No, I think they mean, mentally, of course. I've benefited from therapy. I know Trey has benefited from therapy. There's a lot of people out there who are probably thinking like, hey, maybe I should give this a try. Hello, who's that on the phone? It's your wake-up call. Do you get it? Good. If you're thinking of giving therapy a try it with BetterHelp. It's all online. It's going to be convenient. It's going to be flexible. Feel free to, fill out a brief questionnaire, get matched with a licensed therapist, and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. That's nice. You don't like your first one? Keep rolling the dice, baby. Keep flipping them over till you find someone you really, bond with, really connect with. Discover your potential with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/correct today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/correct.
Jake, I know you're going to find the right doctor for that thing wrong with you.
Thank you. It's one of those things, it can only itch for so long.
Right? You got to find the right doctor for you that takes your insurance, is available, that you're comfortable checking out that area.
Yeah, they're not going to make fun of me.
And ZocDoc is the place to do that. ZocDoc's the only free app that lets you find and book doctors who are patient reviewed, take your insurance, are available when you need them, and treat almost every condition under the sun, or even those hidden by the sun.
I mean, I'm itching right now. Itching for a quality reviewed doctor.
Mm-hmm.
How about that?
When you're not feeling your best and just trying to hold it together, finding great care shouldn't take up all your energy. That's where ZocDoc comes in. Using their free app that millions of users rely on, you can find the right doctor that meets your needs and fits your schedule. I've used ZocDoc for the doctors I've used. Game changer. We need this app. We need it. So go to ZocDoc.com/correct and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within how long?
I think it's like 4 or 5 days?
Nope, 24 hours.
Holy cow.
That's ZocDoc.com/correct. One more time, ZocDoc.com/correct. Okay, speaking of Australia, dude, I sent you tentative Australia tour dates.
I know.
I thought I'd send that to you, but yeah.
Oh, it's crazy. I even knew we were going, but something about once I saw dates and venues, it was just like, this is crazy.
So yeah,
this is so cool.
I had a few Australian recties hit me up. Thank you. Let us know what we need to know.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can I watch Harry? That's British. Can I watch Harry Potter? No.
No.
That's the best I got. No. So you look at analytics and stuff. Plenty of followers in Australia, but of course I've never been. I'm nervous, right? Can we sell tickets? Can we not?
Totally.
So of course I want to give a shout out to the people of Australia. So I put out on my Instagram story. Want to make some Australian content, maybe like a fun America versus Australia classic.
Yeah.
Got a lot of feedback. And then got on a weird rabbit hole, maybe another segment alert, down the rabbit hole.
Dude, yeah. Australia is interesting. Well, I want to see what you say.
And it was just, it's so interesting, right? Because it's very, you think of westernized places. Like Australia is as close to America as you can get in terms of another country.
I think they take the US dollar there, don't they?
Yeah. Even more than the UK or anything, and highly westernized, but obviously with its own variations. And I got sent a few Australian influencers to check out.
Cool.
And that fascinated. I just started watching their content and just learning about. It just seems like a fun vibe. All the population is on the coast, right? It's just all, and their weather year round is beautiful. It just looks like a fun, beachy vibe. And the most interesting thing I learned about Australia is they're known as the coffee kind of. They're leading the what am I saying? They're leading the charge on coffee worldwide. They are the coffee. Yeah. They the whole kind of vibe of like mom and pop cafe coffee shop vibes that we have very much here now. I'm 90% sure Australia started that movement.
Thank you.
Starbucks tried to, open up a bunch of franchises in Australia, and they had to shut them all down because Australians are like, we like our local cafes. We like good. We don't need these frappe, whatever. And Australians were just like, wouldn't go. And Starbucks lost a lot of money and had to shut them down. I thought that was really interesting.
That is really interesting.
That's what I got so far. It's fascinating. Yeah.
Okay. Here's what I know about Australia. We'll trade facts. Do you know it was somewhat colonized by prisoners?
Kind of. Keep going.
I think it's like, I'll try and look it up as I'm talking. Like England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales sent people they were going to give the death penalty to. They sent them to like New South Wales or something, like a province or whatever in Australia.
Yeah.
They sent like,
it was like this rugged outback island. They're like, we can't do anything with this.
They sent, looks like this says over 160,000 convicts were transported to Australia.
So that's why they see the C word so much. Bunch of no good.
Today, about 20% of Australians are descendants of convicts, including plenty of prominent citizens.
Wow. Another thing I in all my Australian research, I found not a lot of diversity. And I tried to Google this. Maybe we're in a day and age where the research platforms are not going to allow me to find this result, but I kept Googling, are there black people in Australia? I couldn't find a good result on this, but I'm sure there's a few, but I've yet to, I don't think there's hardly any. It's fascinating.
It's interesting.
I guess it makes sense, right? Like they're here for unfortunate reasons and that didn't happen. Like why would black people end up in Australia? That is not...
Yeah,
it's really thought about vastly white, and with some of the Aborigines, and the probably some like Southeast Pacific Islanders.
Yeah, there's a lot of like East Asian influence there too.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and their coffee culture is so prominent because I guess where Italy has very prominent espresso culture, a bunch of Italian immigrants set foot there however long ago, and it just stuck. Yeah.
Okay.
I saw a funny. It was like an Italian baseball league or something, and the Italians had like an espresso in the dugout. Dead serious.
Espresso and spaghetti.
Awesome.
I just asked, Google wasn't giving me the answers. I just asked ChatGPT, are there black people in Australia?
Yes.
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 Yes, there are black people in Australia. Indigenous Australians, who are also referred to as Aboriginal, are the original inhabitants of Australia. They're considered black due to their dark skin complexion.
Wait, that makes fascinating sense too.
Yeah.
They have like their own, they're like, we're white and black, but it's a little different.
I guess so. This says, which is the result of adaptation to the hot and sunny climate of Australia.
Thank you for, they're breaking down. And the white people, it's colder. Skin's lighter.
Anyway, Australia's cool. It's massive too. And most of it's just like this, outback desert.
It's only like 25 million people.
No one lives in the middle of it either. You're right. It's all on the coast. Mm-hmm. Perth, Brisbane, Melbourne,
Adelaide.
Pop over to Auckland.
We're doing it. So
Christchurch.
We're going to try to do it.
Queenstown.
Hopefully we sell tickets.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
We'll see.
One of the venues on there I recognize, like last time I went to, the only time I've been to Australia, I was really in my like videography stage. I was filming everything. I have drone footage of one of those theaters because I thought it looked so cool.
Which city?
It's I think it's either Melbourne or Sydney. It's like the PALAIS theater. Palais Theater. Palais Theater.
Palace.
I don't know if it's Palais. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I have footage of it. So that's kind of fun.
Let's go. We're going.
But yeah, down under. And New Zealand.
To be announced soon enough with the rest of more cities, okay? We're going to come to the places. Relax, Utah.
Utah and Texas.
Relax,
like, why would you not
Texas.
come here? You don't think we're coming eventually?
Yeah. So thanks for everyone buying tickets. Go get them. TreyCanal.com/tour. We added shows in some cities and help us out. We're going to do it. Got a lot coming up, including your wedding. You're still planning that?
Oh, yeah. I knew I was.
I know.
Because you were always like, May is like a big month for us. And I'm like, yeah. The tour starts. And I always forget. No, that was Rachel who told me May's a big month for us. We're getting married. I gotta write that down or something. But yeah, we got about 2.5 months until the wedding, and most of it's all booked. All the big stuff is taken care of. But now it's kind of time to talk about like more like little stuff. And you've been married for a few years. Can I get like some advice?
Yes.
On some of this stuff?
I can do that.
We need to decide, like, should we do a first look or not?
First look.
First look. Yes or no?
Well, you should look at her at some...
Okay. Because some people have been telling me, like, don't bother looking. Honestly, I don't know. I've never been to a wedding, so I don't know.
Because you're not marrying her for her looks.
Look at her
Brian's
insides.
You look at her in her insides.
I'll do a first look on the inside. Okay. I'll go ahead and check that.
Check that.
Cool. Okay. Some of the first dances, mother, son, father, daughter.
Yeah, very important. What are you thinking?
Like, do we need all of these? What type of music? How long should the music
90
go?
90 seconds max, maybe 60 seconds.
One verse, one chorus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just just fade in and out a song, whatever. No one cares. We don't want to see you front grind your mom for that long.
Okay.
This whole weird dancing where you just kind of lean on each other, and then your first dance with her, just keep it cool. I've seen a lot of guys, like there's dance at first, you just and you got to watch them like kind of almost do a little like layup line for the later in the night.
Yeah.
It's just, we don't need to warm up here.
Yeah. Now, the music for something like a father-daughter dance. Let me give you maybe some options. Should this be something that's like one option would be like a classic, Butterfly Kisses. Option 2 is a song that was definitely meant to be like a song to God, but if you kind of like switch it up, then it could seem like it's meant to be for your daughter. Or option 3, a song that's like pretty raunchy that other people are going to feel weird about. But it's a slow song.
Right. I think as long as it's slow and pretty, you can get away with it, Yeah. I mean, Boys to Men, absolute legends, right? Yeah. I make love to you like you want me to. And people will kind of, it's a good litmus test. Like, who's really paying attention? Because you'll look out and people will be smiling. You'll see a couple people going, kind of elbowing people. What is
Make love?
Make it?
Or I made love to make you.
I made it. I made you out of love. And you also can't go wrong with the love song to God. That
kind of switch up, like
switch it up,
I'm thinking about you. All I want is you. This could be Francais or God.
Yep.
Totally your call. Okay, next, like the exit. We've seen the classics, like we're leaving the reception. There's like sparkler exits.
Yes.
The bird seat exit is popular for some reason. I don't think
come back in style.
I mean, I've just seen, I don't know if it's actual bird seed, but I know like I've been asked to throw it and I see a bunch of crows there in like 5 minutes. So.
Weddings used to be a beautiful bird population control. You'd throw the bird seed and you were going to get rid of a flock.
Yeah.
And we kind of stopped that because this isn't
Net
good.
gun.
And you notice wherever you're at across the country, there's a bird problem. There's too many birds.
There are a lot of birds.
So I think just look at the data. It's a perfect correlation. So get back to the bird seed. Find that really dry rice that will expand.
Yeah.
I mean, long grain.
Yeah.
And let's
let them ingest it, blow up like a balloon. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's good.
That's what I recommend. Yeah.
Okay. Need to figure out like who's giving speeches. My dad is my best man. But traditionally, the dad of the groom might give one at the rehearsal dinner. Does he need to give 2? Does he also give one? Do I just let a friend give a speech at the
best
dinner?
Man dad?
Best man dad, D.
Very cute, by the way.
Thank you.
I guess he's going to need to play the role of several guys. He's going to need to give a very heartfelt, cute, kind of like choking back tears, I'm a dad speech, but then also a nice, real, hey, remember back in the day?
I never thought I'd see the day.
Back in the day, you and me, right? We were both... Your mother's breasts, we were both on them.
Like speeches like that, that you've all heard.
Just classic buddy-to-buddy stuff, as well as a fatherly type. He's going to need to prepare both, yes.
Here's something else to think about. So my dad cries watching Undercover Boss. So
okay. Yeah. Well,
he's not going to be able to get through a serious wedding speech.
If your dad doesn't, if you're worried if this is your real dad or not, put on Undercover Boss. And if he has dry eyes, that's an NPC. You need to run.
Honestly, I might hit him with my own kind of version of Undercover Boss the day of. I'm wearing a fake mustache. Mm-hmm. I'm treating him like, hey, how are you feeling about your son's wedding? It was me the whole time.
He'd just lose it.
And then just watch him just become a puddle.
Give him promotion.
Okay. And my wedding to-dos, I have written down lodging And then 2 bullet points. For us, for groomsmen, first bullet point, do I need a place for Rachel and I, like a hotel room for us the night of the wedding? Because her parents also live nearby.
Right.
So
And,
we
you
could
know,
just do
it's
that.
Just a numbers game.
The night of the wedding.
Mm-hmm. They have spare bedroom? Just or is it like a living room?
It's right next to their bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I think that's fine.
Okay, great. Save a little money.
Yeah, she's soft-spoken. Right.
Yeah, that'll be a good time for that first look. That'll be great. And then let's see. Gifts. Like, just figured it'd be good to know, like, we probably need a dedicated location at the venue for the gifts to go. Who's in charge of gathering the gifts? How do we get them back to Kansas City? What do we do for gifts?
Oh, it's just, you do this, it's this crazy new kind of con someone constructed called a registry.
Okay.
And you basically just like instruct people, buy me this if you want access to the wedding.
Okay.
And some people go so far as, this is real psychotic, to just say, pay for our honeymoon. We'd like to upgrade to like a window suite.
Oh, why?
Yeah, and they'll just pay for it. They'll pay for the honeymoon.
What if I registered like a year from now? Just for like random stuff. Hey, the blinds are broken. We
Just
didn't
like
need them when we got
marriage
married.
registry,
Yeah.
right.
I didn't
didn't
ask
know.
for
I was
anything
younger.
when we got married, but now,
I have a KitchenAid stand mixer. It's $400. I've never used that.
yes.
I need some more practical things.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think we
kind of
should
an
normalize
IOU
that.
of registries. Like, just, I need it in writing that you will get me something when I need it.
Mm-hmm.
It's smart.
That's better. Have you all registered for a KitchenAid stand mixer?
I think Rachel might have a couple on the registry. You know, one that never gets used in the garage, one that never gets used like in the cabinet.
The stand mixer, I don't know what they did to capture the middle America white young couples demographic, but every person I've ever seen has that on the registry. They get it gifted by parent or grandparent because it's a pricey item.
Good.
We don't really do this for you. And a vast majority never use it. Why do you want it so bad? These people, these young brides who do the registry, they act like they're like Martha Stewart on the weekends. It's like, how much baking have you done? Why do you need a high velocity mixer?
Good question. And also, good for KitchenAid. Wouldn't it be so great to have a product that you sell that never gets used? What's your customer service like? And nothing's getting broke because no one's ever using it.
I learned a few months ago that there's stand mixers from other brands. I thought KitchenAid had
it's like the Kleenex. And everyone just
Exactly.
calls them that. That's what it is.
It is. It's the Band-Aid of baking.
Good for them. KitchenAid's got it figured out.
If you have one, let us know. If you use it, I bet you don't.
KitchenAid, if you're watching, let us know as well.
It's just crazy. It's very expensive. If you're not using it, why don't you go sell that for, just find a young couple.
Yeah.
They'll buy it from you for $300.
Yeah. They want it more than anybody right now.
Speaking of middle America, the flyover, I like to think we're both from flyover states.
Yes, we are.
And I like to think a lot of our audience is similar. We have audience everywhere. Shout out to the coast. We're coming on tour there, by the way. We're selling great up in the Pacific Northwest.
Adelaide.
We're going to Salem, Oregon, outside of Portland.
Yeah.
Went to Portland once. We're good on that.
They threw my luggage out on the street that night. The venue did.
We booked a venue in Portland, and they're like, "We're booked that night." I'm like, "Who's playing there?" Like, "Oh, no one's playing. It's just we just got taken over by unemployed people."
There is some type of uprising. I would not come. They've threatened tear gas. We haven't seen tear gas, but they've threatened they have tear gas.
So I'm from Oklahoma. You're from Missouri. I want to hear from the people. What do you think is the best flyover state out there?
Yeah, what's some of the criteria you think? Like, is it truly wind flying over?
I think the criteria is this: your airport never ever has a layover. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to hop on you're in Dallas going to New York. It's not like, dang it, we got a layover in Madison, Wisconsin.
I see what you're saying.
You never had a layover in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
No.
It's either the destination or the departure.
Yeah, and like your home airport also very rarely do you get a direct flight because you have to go have a layover in Charlotte, in Atlanta, in Dallas. Yeah, that's good. What else makes up a great flyover state? I think just a lot of like animals that someone in California is not used to. This can be goats. This can be sheep. This can be cows. This could be horses.
Different varieties of cows.
This could be Republicans. You know, just anything that they are not used to seeing makes you a good.
Not all Republicans are cows. Some of them are thin.
The data though would say
It's just all sorts of animals. So I think I saw Nebraska's getting a nice new golf course. People forget about Nebraska.
That's in the news. Hey, did you guys hear Nebraska's getting a golf course? Good for them.
Let's
see. Minnesota's got a football team. Just more than like Nebraska and Iowa and Kansas can say.
Both Dakotas. Got stuff going on.
Dakotas. National Treasure 2 was big for the Dakotas. Because it was set there. I can't remember.
Michigan. They're like in two parts.
Kind of in two parts. Yeah.
Is that the one? That's the mitten?
The mitten and
the UP.
The UP, the Up. Which the movie Up was also great for Michigan. Which is good for SEO.
I heard there's a huge spike in the box office there.
UP tourism went way up. What else is there? Illinois no longer has Lori Lightfoot as the mayor of Chicago.
Yeah, they didn't like her much.
Just news. Interpret that how you want.
See, Chicago's not a flyover state, but the rest of Illinois is, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Get down there to Peoria or something.
Yeah.
Evansville.
Yeah. Good for you.
Thanks. Ohio. They were up there, but they're it's just like a toxic wasteland now.
Yeah, they haven't figured out.
And it's always, it doesn't have that. Flyover states have a lot of nice home values. Ohio's like been a swinger state for a long time.
Which is not good. Which Utah's giving a run for their money, but right now Ohio is still like the main one.
I'm gonna put my hat in the ring for Iowa. I think Iowa is the most forgotten.
Yeah,
people, because you're like, what? You think Iowa, and you go, whoa, what in the world is happening there? And you're like, yeah, you're right. It's probably the coldest place on earth.
Yeah,
it's just, I mean, is there more than 7 people there?
You are right. When I tell people, they're like, oh, and where's Rachel from? I say Iowa. They go, whoa. I forgot about that.
This will be the moon.
Yeah.
But we've been there on the road. We've been there. Great culture, great people.
We're coming to Davenport.
We were in Des Moines recently.
Yeah.
I got a great little coffee shop I went to.
I got a fiance from
I had
there.
shakshuka one morning.
What was her name?
Shakshuka. There was beautiful meadows with sunsets.
The sun still sets in Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
That's their slogan.
Yep.
Yeah, it's cold.
Every day.
Yeah, every day. I went ice fishing for the first time ever a couple weeks ago in Iowa.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Are you imagining
Can't do that everywhere.
No.
Sorry. Oh, enjoy Boca Raton. You can't catch trout out of a hole in the lake.
That's right. Yeah, it's if you're imagining it to be like really cold and kind of regretting your whole time there, that's exactly what ice fishing is.
Yeah, I'm kind of, and if I'm picturing, you're in a little enclosure, and that basically doesn't make you any more warm. Would that be accurate?
Because the wind can still kind of get underneath it. It's not like a perfect hut.
And you are standing on
ice. Yes.
Okay.
And you didn't know you're going ice fishing, so you're wearing one pair of socks and Nikes. And so that ice is just shooting up your legs. I mean, but you can only do that in
Iowa tourism.
Places like Iowa. I think my flyover state of choice, I think I'm going to go with Arkansas. Very underrated beauty.
Definitely.
They've got like mountain ranges there. Yeah. Very pretty.
And they always, I feel like Arkansas and Alabama get the weird, like I'm attracted to my cousin, attracted to my sibling, which is ridiculous. And Bill Clinton shattered that stereotype. He was attracted to a bunch of ladies that he wasn't related to.
They were not in any way related. And even if he was, he didn't act on it. That's the thing. You could be attracted to your cousin all you want. You just don't act on it.
Mm-hmm.
So good for you.
Home of Walmart.
You're welcome. Walmart.
Arkansas.
What else came from there?
Most racist town in America, they say, is there.
Oh, yeah. I've been there. Harrison, Arkansas. Saw a billboard.
Why have you been there?
Check it out. No, my
annual meeting?
Just, you pay your dues. You might as well show up to the meeting.
Why have you been there?
My roommate once dated a girl from Harrison, Arkansas. And not everything ended up
nice girl,
all white or all right, but it was she was great. Kanakuk family, and so I knew all them.
I'm sure the town's not just like overtly racist everywhere you turned, or is it a little bit?
The only thing that I saw that was like, even, was like, well, that is not in Kansas City, was I saw a billboard that said like, tune in to 98.5 White People Radio. This was like 4 years ago. I saw that on a billboard. I was like, is there not like some guideline? I guess. I don't know. That was pretty shocking at the time.
Wow. And so you went, I still don't fully get why you're there. So your buddy dated a girl there, and he was like, why don't you come down here and hang out with us?
That's a good question. Yeah. Why did they break up? I don't know if my roommate was actually there. It might have just been me and her family. No, honestly, it might have been a coincidence that he ended up dating a girl from there. Because I know I went there. I filmed a wedding around there too, so it could have been that as well. It wasn't anything racially. It was normal wedding.
It was
the dress was white. It has to be.
There we go. That was the Flyover State segment.
There it is.
How long were we going?
Close to an hour.
What else you got?
Oh, let's see. What do I got? Oh, I was telling you when we were shooting that video earlier. This week, I bought a house that Rachel lives in now. We're starting to get it fixed up. I'm going to move in there once we're married. I've got like a podcast studio in there, so I'm there pretty often. Rachel occasionally will like, hey, can you help me with this? Can you help me do this? We reached, this was something new. This past week, she said, hey, can you help me like get the lamp working? And so I was like, sure, happy to take a look at it. I'm great with lamps. It's kind of our thing.
Right.
And I was like, what's the problem with it? And she's like, it doesn't have a light bulb in it. And I was like, so you just like, it just needs a bulb? She was like, yeah, like I've never like put one in, so I don't know like how hard it's going to be. It was like I was talking to a girl from Mars. Or like,
or Iowa.
I was like, I didn't make fun of her at the time, but I was just like, oh, like you've just never like, you never put a light bulb in. She's like, I think it was one of those things my dad just always did. I was like, but have you seen like a light bulb and like a socket? Like, have you seen them like separately and like, can you conjure up how they could go together? And I guess not. She's like, I guess I never thought about it. I was like, well, let me show you how it's done, teach you how to fish, and now you won't ever have to ask me to screw in a light bulb.
It's like that episode of New Girl where Schmidt says he doesn't know how to do laundry, and Winston says he doesn't know how to use a ruler. He's like, let me teach you. They're both super easy. And then it's like a whole segment on like, you got to put, you just press this button on the washer, then you put it in the dryer. And then with Winston, he's like, so I just start from 0 on this end, and then like, yeah, he's like, oh. That's kind of, so I just place it in and I just screw it.
It's a really funny premise. I don't know how to use a ruler.
I feel like sometimes Katie struggles with I do sometimes as well. I was just screwing on this thing. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. It's
backwards with clamps.
It's back. Okay,
it's
thank you.
With clamps.
I don't know if you saw me. I was trying to be discreet, but I struggled for. You can play the clip here. I don't know. It was greatly confusing. So to her credit, screwing things isn't always that easy. And as a sheltered kid, all the screwing.
I'm nervous to do my first look. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The righty tighty lefty loosey thing, it's like I before E except after C. It's like I want to believe that, but it's wronged me enough times to where I don't have full trust in it anymore. Right. Like with someone like you're about to turn right and a car is coming and they have their blinker on. I want to trust them, but I don't. There's just I feel like it's happened before. I'm going to wait to see him turn. Anyway, so we're working on screwing in light bulbs with Rachel.
Good.
And
that's I believe in her, man.
Marriage is, getting better.
Well, I guess I'll take the lamps I'm getting y'all back.
Please have bulbs already in them. It's just going to add more work for me. So that's too bad.
Yeah, Katie, sometimes she'll get going. She's done this thing where she's so smart. She'll impress me in so many ways, but she started to struggle with her right and left.
That is not good.
Yeah. I'll notice we going left or right, and it'll take her, she'll go left. Or she'll always do the wrong one first. You go, oh, wait.
Left.
L's left. Maybe pregnancy brain. I don't know how long she can milk the pregnancy brain.
I don't know how long she can milk in general. Your body only has so much.
All the time. Yeah. It's an amazing thing. Would you ever try it? Hers or any other woman's?
Milk. Oh, I see what you're asking now. Katie's not on the podcast. You have my word. I would never do it on the podcast.
Derek, have you ever tried it?
I've been asked by my in-laws, am I going to try it? Which is a weird
In-laws?
question. But,
okay.
He's a family man.
Never tried it.
Listen, we gave you the blessing to marry her. We're thrilled to have grandkids, but we're finally ready to ask you the real deal.
Would you like to give me a blessing?
Would you drink our daughter's milk? Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do it. You've heard of guys like trying it. I just can't. I can't do it.
I know. I'm a little bit of a picky eater. So to think that I mean, it just, how's it going to look if I don't want to eat bell peppers, but I take a shot at breast milk?
Yeah.
She's not going to let that fly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. She's like, no, you can't have my breast milk
Like,
if you
try
don't
the
like
Brussels sprouts. Try
Yeah.
them. I don't want to. I'm not going to like it. Well, you were pretty adventurous the other night.
Yeah. You wanted my breast milk. So yeah, you're going to have to eat the cauliflower. I'm like, that's what the white broccoli is. Got it.
And I think it's a very high risk, low reward situation. Like, if it goes perfectly, you're like, okay, well, that tastes a little funny, like we thought. Or if you, kind of like Squidward in that episode where he tries the Krabby Patty, and then when SpongeBob's not looking, he just devours it. He's like, I love Krabby Patty. If she's looking in the fridge, like, I swear I froze another 5 ounces. Like,
like, pregnancy brain, I think.
A pregnancy brain, yeah, definitely didn't have a Lucky Charms floating in Katie this morning. I don't know what. That's this. You don't want to run into that.
I don't think you pumped.
We need Katie here to tell us to stop. I think this is getting a little. But postpartum, she's done great. She's feeling better. But it's funny. We have this joke that started when she was like 7 months pregnant, where she was always very happy and pretty comfortable. But once every now and then, the pregnancy would get to her, and there's this time where she was really falling apart, a lot of emotions, like, it's okay. And she just crumpled on the couch. She goes, have we told this before? She goes, it just feels like there's a black cloud following over me.
Whoa.
I was like, okay. And we laughed about it later that day. And it's been an ongoing joke where I'll be like, is the cloud coming back? Or and there was even funnier. We did like a pre-birth class where they'd be like, and let's discuss postpartum. Sometimes you'll have this feeling of, despair, maybe depression. And it showed a little like woman with like a black cloud over her.
Okay, he's like, this is what I'm talking about.
See, there's a black cloud. So it's been this ongoing bit where this postpartum, it's been a lot more frequent, but quick. Where like for like a 5 minutes, I'll look up and there's just tears in her eyes. And then 5 minutes later, she's smiling. I was like, so the clouds are just passing through quickly. And she goes, yeah, it's windy today.
That's awesome.
So that's been the ongoing joke. And so it's been very kind of, you never know. So we've been hunkered down, take care of this kid, back and forth to the hospital, doctors. Said, hey, my buddy Ryan, he asked me, I've been going on runs with my buddy Ryan. He wants me, can I go out for an hour with a run this weekend? And she kind of goes, yeah, whatever. And I kind of remind her later, I'm like, is that cool still? I'm going to do that run. And now it's different. She goes, so you get to run around town and I just sit here and take care of the baby. And I go, whoa, I mean, I don't have to. I thought
the storm's coming.
Whoa, just an hour. And then we kind of laughed later. She's like, sorry, cloud, but it's fine. Yeah, go fun. So I did the run, come back that day. And I did something I should have never done with a postpartum mother, wife. But I was like, hey, you do this a lot, but if you could you don't have to like, I'll clean the kitchen whenever, but you let the oatmeal crust on the bowl again. And she just, well, excuse me, I was taking care of your child while you were out running around with your friend.
I think I remember reading
like, okay.
in like a baby book. Someone gave it to me at a pre-store one time, and it said like you can't complain about oatmeal crust the same day you left the house. Mm-hmm. They've got to be separate.
I got my run in. I can scrape oatmeal concrete off a bowl.
You're gonna have to do it yourself. You're gonna have to get an actual jackhammer and do it yourself. That's really funny.
But we've been good because then of course I'm getting run down and tired. So it's her like kind of like losing her emotions is very just like, as you can imagine, her personality I just am so meek and go in my shell. And mine is like anger. Like, is this kid ever gonna sleep? And we've done a good job of we haven't been simultaneously upset yet.
Good.
Which is so.
Balance each other out.
Yeah.
I mean, you see that storm coming overhead. You can't fight that with more anger. Mm-hmm. You got to be scared of the cloud.
Two hurricanes have never hit at once. People aren't like, did you see what happened with Katrina and
Isabel.
Lori?
Yeah.
Is that right? A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L.
L. Good job.
Does it? I think you're a little genius if you know this. What's the letter before Q? Go.
R. Dang it, I did it opposite. P.
All right, that's pretty good. What's the letter before H?
G.
All right, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Letter after Y.
After Z. You
see?
you almost tricked
It's
me.
so hard.
You almost tricked me.
It's so hard.
Wait, I've done this
I have
before.
to do the whole song every time.
Rachel's dad did this exercise with me one time. Let me. I could pull up some. Oh, I'll just do it.
Light bulbs?
Yeah.
Like I said, shelter kids. That's dexterity. Like, oh, trust me, babe, I can do light bulbs. You just see me with a yo-yo.
Spin a ball in my finger, anything like that. Okay, so Rachel's dad did this because it is one of those things like it's tricky. All right, let me just. You have to answer 3 questions in 10 seconds wrong.
Okay.
Because your brain wants to
3
just give you the
questions in
right
10
answer.
seconds wrong.
Yeah. Sorry, I tried to Google like. All right, whatever. All right, you ready? 3, 2, 1. What color is the house the president lives in?
Black.
What is the capital of Kansas?
Missouri.
What is the animal in Frosted Flakes?
Jeans.
Did
I do
You're gonna
it?
say jeans no matter what. Yeah, good. You did pretty good. You passed.
Yeah, what? I guess. Well, what I just decide a word and say it.
Yeah, you
I
can
guess
just
it has
say-
to be like in the same category.
In the same category. Yeah. Jeans was a good answer though.
What-
What's the animal in Frosted Flake? Jeans.
That is
jeans.
incorrect.
It's looking for
This guy's
tiger.
a genius.
Was that a fun exercise, everyone?
Yo, you guys having fun now?
Do you guys want us to go back to the ABCs or do you want more serial questions?
All right. Any segments to round us out here?
I've got a little story from you from you had just had your kid like a day before, and
Is this triggered? What is this?
oh, sorry. This segment is
Jake's story.
what would this be called? This would be called First Look.
First look.
This segment is called First
First
Look.
look. Ooh, new segment alert.
Yeah,
First look.
New segment. The whole podcast has been about First Look. Okay, so Trey and I with Mood Swings, we're trying to like maybe find a home course, somewhere where we establish a relationship. They want to, somewhere where that's okay with us filming on a
Our
regular
golf
basis.
channel, yes.
Yeah, our golf channel, Mood Swings. And so Trey kind of started the conversation with a club nearby, couldn't make the meeting. He's like, hey, can you stop by? I was like, yeah, of course, we'd love to. I go by the course and I'm getting a little tour of the property. Like, here's our course. Here's the pool. It's kind of like great in the summertime. Here's the fitness center. And we've also got some great locker rooms. She's showing around. She's having me like look into everything. Like, get on the elliptical if you want. I'm like, I don't need to get on the elliptical. I don't think.
See those glutes.
Come on, show me. I'll do it if you do it. No, but then she's like, and we also have some really nice locker rooms. Like, you should go check them out, look around. So I'm like, okay, great. And then what happens is I walk into a locker room and I realize, she just told me to look around. What I'm seeing is men getting out of the shower.
Yeah.
But she told me to look around.
We have some great members.
Gary's in there. Go talk to Gary. And so I'm just like walking around a shower. I mean, I'm in jeans. Everyone in there is like in workout gear or a shower or nothing. And I'm just walking around, nothing in my hand. I just felt so out of place. And if anyone asked me what I was doing in there, just looking around.
Just taking a tour.
Just kind of speaking.
I just decided if I'm going to join here, and I think I decided. By the way, ladies, do women walk around in public women's locker rooms with as much moxie as some of these old men do? I'm just amazed at the most confident. I don't walk around with this much confidence with fully clothed.
Yeah,
I mean, just a man just strutting it. It's ruined locker rooms for me.
I look forward to that confidence because I have it in other areas, but I do not have it in my body with strangers. And I guess I will someday. But yeah, I don't even know if old men own towels. It seems like they just go from shower to clothes. I never see the towel get involved. It's just naked bodies. And so anyway, just wanted to say you missed out. I got to really look around. I don't know how much time to spend in there too, because I know she's waiting on me. I don't want to keep her waiting, but I want to make her seem like I did look around, like I did my due diligence.
45 minutes later. Can you imagine? She's like, oh my gosh.
Okay, I guess this is going well. And so then, of course, she's like, "What'd you think?" It's awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I don't know. What do other people say when they leave the locker room after you told them to look around? Do they like it?
Take a dump. Seriously.
Take it down.
Be comfortable.
We've got a bidet in one of them. I'm not going to tell you which one. Test it out. See what you think. But anyway, so I followed up in the email. I'm just like, "Hey, thanks for the tour. What time's Rick usually at the workout center?" I got to know him in there.
Yeah, it was just emailing back. Like Trey would like to, just before we pull the trigger, he'd like to come check it out. Just the locker room.
I was telling him all about it, and he was freaking out.
Yeah.
So,
well, thank y'all for all the nice wishes again. We're gonna run. I've got to go back. I've got to go to another doctor with this child.
fun.
Another, doctor so much. But I think after this, we finally don't have to go for a while.
Right. Good.
Which is always good. So Katie's at home doing her single mom thing.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Oatmeal.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna no rush to go home. I'll probably go to the locker room.
Take my time.
I gotta
Stop
get
at
back.
the gas station.
Thank y'all. Like, subscribe, get tickets to the tour, and thanks for all the love. Appreciate the recties. And again, we're hoping to do like a live show, so keep you posted.
Yeah. Katie, maybe next week.
Maybe
next week.
She wants to be. We'll see how she's vibing. But thanks, guys. See you next week. Peace.
Correct opinions. Correct opinions.